Below is a nuanced, experience-based explanation of ego in the relationship between business founders and shareholders, grounded in real organizational dynamics rather than theory alone. 1. Introduction to ego in business. In business, ego is the psychological attachment to identity, control, recognition, and perceived worth. For founders and shareholders, ego is not inherently negative. It is often the fuel behind ambition, risk-taking, and persistence. However, ego becomes problematic when self-image overrides objective decision-making, shared goals, or long-term value creation. In founder-shareholder dynamics, ego often shows up around control versus ownership, vision versus returns, legacy versus liquidity, authority versus accountability. Understanding ego is essential because most business conflicts are emotional first, legal second, and financial third. 2. Impact of ego on founders. Positive manifestations of founder ego. Founder ego can be a strategic asset when healthy. Strong belief in the vision enables founders to endure uncertainty. Confidence helps attract talent, investors, and partners. Personal ownership drives extraordinary effort and sacrifice. Without ego, many businesses would never exist. Negative manifestations of founder ego. Problems arise when ego becomes identity-bound. This is my company, even after selling equity. Resistance to professional management. Dismissing shareholder concerns as short-term thinking. Emotional reactions to governance, reporting, or oversight. A common pattern. The founder confuses being the creator with being irreplaceable. This can lead to poor delegation, talent attrition, governance breakdown, strategic stagnation. Founders often struggle most when the company outgrows their original skill set, but their ego resists evolution. 3. Impact of ego on shareholders. Positive shareholder ego. Healthy ego in shareholders can enforce discipline and accountability, push for scalability and sustainability, protect the business from founder blind spots, encourage data-driven decisions. Institutional investors often bring ego tempered by process. Negative shareholder ego. Ego becomes destructive when shareholders undermine founders publicly or privately, overassert control without operational understanding, focus solely on power, not value creation, treat the business as a financial instrument only. A common shareholder ego trap. Equity percentage equals wisdom. This can result in micromanagement, founder disengagement, short-term profit extraction, culture erosion. Shareholder ego often manifests as control anxiety rather than passion for the business. 4. Case studies and practical examples. Example 1. The vision clash. A founder insists on expanding into a new market based on intuition and personal belief. Shareholders push back, citing cash flow risk. Founder ego. They don't understand the vision. Shareholder ego. We own the majority, our decision matters. Outcome depends on emotional intelligence. Low A right-pointing arrow deadlock, resentment, board conflict. High A right-pointing arrow pilot project, data validation, shared accountability. Example 2. Founder replacement conflict. As the company scales, shareholders propose hiring a professional CEO. Founder hears, "You're not good enough." Shareholders mean, "The company needs different leadership now." If ego dominates, founder sabotages transition. Knowledge hoarding occurs. Public narrative becomes toxic. If ego is balanced, founder moves into a visionary or board role. Company gains scale without losing DNA.
5. Emotional intelligence. The missing link ego is unavoidable. Emotional intelligence determines whether it becomes an asset or a liability. Key EI practices for founders and shareholders separate identity from role. Replace winning arguments with winning outcomes. Normalize structured disagreement. Create governance systems that reduce emotional friction. Use data as a neutral referee. The most successful businesses are not ego-free. They are ego-aware. 6. Conclusion. Balancing ego for business success. Ego is not the enemy of business success. Unchecked ego is. Founders must evolve from ownership of creation to stewardship of value. Shareholders must move from control-seeking to value-enabling. Both sides must recognize that power without trust destroys value in mature businesses. Vision is shared, authority is defined, and ego is managed, not eliminated. When ego is aligned with purpose and governed by emotional intelligence, it becomes a competitive advantage rather than a silent killer.